Okay, welcome back. We are now in just outside the Thieves Guild. I've been playing around with the creation kit. I'm not exactly a great modder, but what annoyed me, as you probably have heard me moaning about, is the fact that gold weighs a lot on the mods and arrows don't weigh a lot. In fact, one item of gold almost weighed as much as an arrow did. And if you think about it, realistically, a gold piece should just be round about equivalent to the weight of a penny or a cent, whatever you use.
You know, I knew it right from the start.
And an arrow, it should actually be pretty much a 2 foot, 3 foot piece of wood with a heavy point, which is going to be what, glass, or it's going to be iron, or it's going to be steel, or it's going to be ebony, and that's certainly going to be approximately about, I'd say probably about 200 grams, 300 grams, so approximately about half a pound. And of course it's going to be quite cumbersome to carry around a... Someone's shouting at me. Is that my horse? That's my horse. I'm trying to kill a horse, come back here. Yeah, so I'm going to try and get my horse because it's going to go and try and fight something. It's just defeated a wolf. Well done, horse.
Oh, it really feels so good to be able to help the company.
Yeah, so I've increased the weight of an arrow through fantastic creation kit skills. We've increased that to £1 per arrow, and we've reduced gold from 0.1 to 0.01. So instead of an arrow and gold weighing exactly the same, an arrow now weighs 100 items of gold, or 100 pennies, and I think that's roundabout right. So this kind of debuffs archery because you can't carry around hundreds of arrows. Let's go to Shaw's Stone and we'll drop off those letters, then we'll go to Boulderfell Cave. Realistically,
I hope you feel
I think a monk in this costs... Oh,
you have proven your value to bring
where are we going? Where are we going?
cheap price of ruining the life
It's
of
a bear.
someone
Okay, let's run away from the
you
bear.
will be so dead.
Bear running up. This wilderness is just vicious.
You don't scare me.
Not good to have a bear. Right. Let's get out my blade, otherwise we're going to have trouble here. I'm having trouble here. Horseback fighting is not good. That bear's been paralysed, let's run back. I don't know how my horse is doing. Ah, that spider's after me. That bear's almost dead though. Because you've got to line up on the sides actually. Kill these bears. I'll probably hit Viljas. More likely to hit Viljas than the bears. The bear's down. Just the spider's left. If I was left-handed, it would be a lot easier. Because he's not going to switch sides.
You think you can beat me?
That frostbite spider's pretty much dead. Realistically, I should probably have weighed all the arrows at 2. but it's a bit better than what it was. I put away most of my frostbite venom because I was carrying around 20 or 30 bottles of the stuff.
Can I come with?
Sure stone is over here. We're off the beaten
I'm
path
sure
again.
it could be very useful for you.
See, all the main road leads to Mistwatch, and I always get confused by that. This is supposed to be the main road to Shaw's Stone. I was reading a little bit about Shaw's Stone earlier actually. Shaw's Stone is named after, unsurprisingly, Shaw, who is another name for Lorcath, whose heart's in Red Mountain, or has caused Red Mountain to jump up, and that's the main reason why Morrowind's around. And supposedly the main reason why mortal man is on the earth. There's a deer. I was going to talk a little bit about the mythology, again the mythology behind the whole thing. The mythology is really quite interesting, if you're into that kind of thing. But they talk all about the First Empire, the Second Empire, and it's very complex because of course all the mythology covers every single aspect of the age. They cover this Skyrim, they cover the Nords in Skyrim, they cover the elves, and they cover everything else. Oh, now we're just looking for this woman who we need to give a load of letters to. I wonder where she is. Let's just get off my horse. Silga, that's her. Let's just see if she's in here. Hope we can come in. She's not here. She's supposed to be this. Maybe she's working in the mine. Maybe her legs got better. It has been about 2 weeks. Oh. What we'll do, we'll check in our journal. I wonder if we'll get any decent gifts. Return to Silga. Where is she? Looks like she's inside the mine working. She's not supposed to be.
They say
So,
if a vampire so much
we clear this place out of spiders.
turn into one.
So maybe she's still in Red Belly Mine.
They say Ulfric Stormcloak murdered the
Yeah, there she is. She's actually working on the mine. So let's have a little word with her.
I trust my parents. Welcome to Shore Stone.
I'm back from Darkwater Crossing.
Ah, yes. Seems he sent back my satchel stuffed with letters. I look forward to reading them. I appreciate the delivery.
What do
Here,
we
I
get
want
out
you to
of her?
have this. I insist.
So she's given us a silver ring. That's worthless. Pretty much
Keep yourself
worthless.
safe, traveler.
Oh, fair enough for delivering some letters. So we've had a little break in Shore Stone. We're just going to get our horse. Let's get over to Boulderfell Cave now. I don't like these courier missions because these courier missions make me feel less of a dragonborn and more like an errand boy.
What do you need?
I'll check my map to see how we get around this mountain. I think we're going the right way. We don't want to go to Mistwatch. It's full of bandits apparently.
You haven't forgotten about the ingredients you promised to help me find, have you?
I can see a bandit going on top of there. If I had the time and the modding skills, what I'd do to the bandits is actually make all the bandits... Oh, there's more wolves. Are they serious? These wolves are serious.
So, what do you think? Will the hunting room either be a better place now, with Malus matches as its owner?
Yeah, what I would do with these These wolves are still after me. I can hear them growling in the background. Are they still after me? Bruce is fighting them off. Something's after me. That looks like a spider. Sounds like a spider. Yeah, it's a spider. This place is vicious. Got that one. See, I'm getting the hang of it. Yeah, that spider's as good as dead. I think I've got him. There's another spider lurking over there. Do we want to kill all these spiders? I suppose we're clearing out all the wildlife or nice animals to be around. We want to head west, 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 this way. This looks like some sort of ruin up ahead. Going to be bandits there, surely. Yeah, what I would do is make all the bandits friendly. As in kind of NPC-ish, like the hunters and everything else. And then make all the items that's in the caves actually stolen items. And in that case, basically, as soon as, and plus make loads of locked entrances that you have to lockpick your way through. So essentially what you have to do, or have to end up doing, is either wandering into one of the bandit caves. There's far too many wolves. Wolves are getting irritating. Where are you? Right, he's got off. Essentially, to get through the bandit caves, what you should have to do is you have to obviously lockpick one of the doors, or you have to steal, or if you want to loot something, you have to open one of the chests and therefore alert and annoy one of the bandits. And that would be quite a neat way of doing it, because at the moment bandits are just like monsters and you have to kill far too many of them. I'm not sure of my stats, but what it looks like is I actually have to end up killing around about 100, 200 people in about a couple of weeks. Let's take this. Racial phylogeny. Interesting. After much analysis of living specimens, the council long ago determined that all races of elves and humans may mate each other and bear fertile offspring. Generally, the offspring bear the racial characteristics of the mother, although some traces of the father's race may also be present. It is less clear whether Argonians and Khajiit are infertile with both humans and elves. That's interesting. There have been many reports through these areas of children through these unions, as well as stories of unions with Daedra. There have been no documented offspring. The Khajiit differ from humans and elves not only in their skeletal and dermal physiology, the fur that covers their bodies, but metabolism and digestion as well. Argonians, like the Druid, appear to be a semi-aquatic limnophilic form of humans, although it's no mean clear as whether Argonians should be classified with Druid, men, mare, or certain tree-dwelling lizards in Black Marsh. Reproductive biology of orcs at present is not well understood. Same is true of goblins, trolls, harpies, Druid, Saski, Imga, various Daedra, and many others. Certainly there have been cases of intercourse between these races, generally in the nature of rape or magical seduction, but there have been no documented cases of pregnancy. Still, the infertility of these creatures and the civilized hominids have yet to be empirically established or refuted, likely due to deep cultural differences. Of course, there was the champion of Cyrodiil who you killed in Oblivion, and he was a mixture between a vampire and an orc. And the vampire was an Imperial. Surely any normal Bosmer or Breton impregnated by an orc would keep that shame to herself. There's no reason to suppose that an orc maiden impregnated by a human would not likewise be ostracised by society. Regrettably, our oaths as healers keep us from forcing a coupling to satisfy our scientific knowledge. We do know, however, that the slowed Thras are hermaphrodites in their youth, and later reabsorb reproductive organs once they are old enough to move around on land. It can be safely assumed that they are not interfertile with men or mare. One might further wonder whether the proper classification of these same races, to use the imprecise but useful term, should be made from a common heritage, and the difference between them have been arisen from magical experimentation, the so-called manipulation of earth bones, or gradual changes from one generation to the next. Oh, fair enough. I learnt some restoration out of that, and plus I learnt a few more things that hopefully is of interest. A wolf is waiting for me somewhere. And Vilja died. What did Vilja die of? Let's see if we can just resurrect her, because she's irritating otherwise. Let's just take everything she's got. Otherwise it will disappear. We'll leave her basic stuff, because she doesn't need anything else. Let's resurrect her. This is using the console.
Did you hear? I find you.
So she was killed by a wolf then? Or a moose? It's amazing how she's killed by the most benign of things.
Where are you? Haha! Come on, show me how brave you are.
Okay, now you're alive again.
You know, sometimes it really irritates me that you never ask for my opinion.
Oh, you just
For
died.
instance, when did you last ask me what I thought we should do next?
What should we do next?
I don't want to nag about it, but it would be great
we're
if
heading
we
there,
could
we're heading
soon
there.
go to the Boulderfell
Okay,
cave.
well, I
Of
do
course.
not mind you being in your underwear all the time. I'm just going to give you a few things. You suddenly re-established your... Oh, of course you don't have any clothes. I should have taken your robes. Well, what I'm going to give you is chill rend, Falmer bow, a few arrows, should do, a few iron arrows. In terms of shielding, we were going to give you hide shield, ring of minor stamina, I'm always tempted to give the amulet of Kenneth, but we need that. We actually like that for stamina. Oh yeah, and we were going to give you the Thieves Guild boots, Thieves Guild gloves, Thieves Guild hood, vampire armor. We're going to give you the large leather bandolier, and a belt bag, and we're going to give you a brown ballet cloak and a copper circlet. How about that? Let's give her that amulet, and then I'll take the amulet of Talos. There,
Talk
you look a bit
later.
better now. You don't look naked all the time. I don't mind it, but it just looks slightly ridiculous. Let's get on the horse. But yeah, I have no idea why she's deciding. What's she casting? Ah, she's casting Bruce. So we're going to make our way over to this cave. We have to head west to it. I could make her essential, of course, but it's a bit annoying when you've got essential characters that just keep on fighting. I suppose I should. And yet I don't want to. I do quite enjoy her dying from time to time. It makes me feel as if I have to protect her. Okay. This is not good. This we can't make our horse climb. We must have to climb up this massive mountain somewhere. We leave our horses down here. We can do some mountain climbing.
My mom always says I should study more, but my father says too much reading is bad for the eyesight.
Check our local map. That's sometimes an easier way to see where the entrance is. Oh, we're on the wrong side. Never fear horses. Only thing that can kill a horse is a ridiculous fall. I tell you what, we have to go all the way around this mountain. This should get us closer. Obviously not.
I guess that doesn't.
Viljas' horse is the best because it's totally invincible. She can just cast it again. It's a summonable horse.
Do not talk about her no more.
Almost skirted all the way around this mountain and I'm getting further and further away. Well, if I didn't know it was here, that would be immensely irritating. I'm going to ignore you, fox, though you're tempting to kill. Here's a little shack.
Beware, beware, the dragonborn comes, for the darkness has...
We're getting further and further away. This enormous mountain is irritating me. There's Mistwatch. Well, let's just sprint around this mountain. We'll do a little bit of exploration. Yeah, what's Shore or Lorcan's always interested me. I was reading a little bit more about him because he's supposed to be Pelennor Whitestrake, who was the Crusader who you were collecting the armor for in one of the DLCs in Oblivion. But he's basically, Shore is basically the
Once was the proud snow elf.
a god that tricked the other Daedra and Aedra into making the mortal plane. And for his punishment, of course, they stole his heart, which is a bit of a harsh punishment, isn't it? They ripped out his heart, and then I don't know what happened to him next. Well, obviously things like gods can live without their hearts for some peculiar reason. Seeing how we get around this. East now.
There was a witch back home that looked almost like a hag lady.
Right, we have to go this way. But his avatar, Lorcran's avatar, or Shaw's avatar, apparently has been one of the leading forces in pushing men over dominance to dominate elves.
Have you
So
ever
he's
seen a
the avatar
female
of
giant?
Shaw, avatar of
all those
Lorcran, is
male
basically
giants come from somewhere.
Weissmere, or the Underking, this Pelennor Whitestrake guy, and almost every major historical hero-like figure. Completely invincible, of course, or almost completely invincible. Because there's a story of Pelennor Whitestrake
I don't feel
basically
like
killing
talking.
all the...
Why don't you talk for a change?
killing most of the elves. There it is, that flag indicates where we need to go. Let's park our horses so they don't die. Yeah, there's a story of Pelennor Whitestrake killing most of the Alessians. Not Alessians, he was on the Alessian side, sorry. He was... God, how do you get down here? Let's do some mountain climbing. Killing the Aelids, the wild elves that actually were in... that dominated Cyrodiil. And then actually being chopped into 8 parts and still being alive after that. I think that's how slightly ridiculous it is. Here we are, we're in Boulderfell Cave. Took us a while to get here.
Never should have come.
Something's going on.
So dead.
Quick run. I've just been shot in the back by an ice spike. Let's see. Let my stamina recover a bit. Let's see if I've got anything resistant to frost. I've only got this hide shield of Ring of Resist Magic, that will have to do. Elixir of Resist Cold. He's quite good with his old sword as well.
I'll see you burn. It's nothing.
He's down. I think that's it. Villager wasn't that happy. That helpful. Let's talk
It's
to
so
her.
nice to just talk a little, you and I. I was just thinking, would you be interested if I told you a little about myself?
Oh, go on.
I told you about my flute, didn't I? That it vanished 2 days after I told Haldan that I wouldn't marry him. Of course I instantly realized that it was Haldan who had taken my flute. But when I confronted him, he just laughed me in the face. He said I would never see the flute again, that such a precious flute was wasted on someone like me anyway, as I was going to be a wife and not a bard. As he didn't want his future wife to play music, he had simply sold my flute to weird Skyrim Khajiit bard. He said he was entitled to do this, being my fiancé and all. I wanted to take off for Skyrim immediately, trying to track down that Khajiit bard. But then something unexpected happened. My grandma got ill. Of course she was more important to me than any flute in the world. We realized that she didn't have many days left, and I wanted to be at her side. Ever since I returned to Solstheim, she and I had been working on various ways to restore the content of my mysterious bottle, but without success. As she realized she was dying, she was saddened that she hadn't been able to help me, but she did have one final suggestion for me. That I should bring the bottle to Elderglim's sanctuary and ask the pilgrims there for help. They know a lot about the kind of magic that has been involved in this bottle. A little later my grandmother died, and at the funeral I met my cousin Hans, who had recently returned from Skyrim. He told me about the person he had met that sounded, well, so much like you. Maybe it was you? I don't know how long you have been here. At any rate, this gave me 3 reasons to travel to Skyrim. To bring the bottle to Elderglim's sanctuary, to track down my flute, and to look for you. Well, as it turned out, it actually was you who found me. With the bottle I know what to do, but when it comes to the flute, I have so far not had any success.
Well, can I help you in any way? Blather on a bit more, go on.
Yes, that would be wonderful, of course. Ever since I arrived in Skyrim, I have been asking around among bards I have met, but no one has seen a Khajiit with a Cyrodiil dogwood flute. We should continue to ask around. Maybe we could ask the innkeepers if he has been seen. And maybe it would also be a good idea to ask Khajiits in general. Maybe he has relatives somewhere. If you would help me with this, it would be tremendous. Oh, if I only had my flute, I would be happy to play for you as often as you wish.
Ooh, Viljas missing flute.
Talk
Cool
later.
mission. So that's what we get. Obviously we only get given this mission once we've come here to Boulderfell cabin. Anyway, that apprentice necromancer, he is quite tough to kill.
I don't like the look of this place.
Before we go in, what we'll do, we'll
really
save,
do hope
we'll
we find a blood-dripping crown mushroom here.
just make sure that we don't die and have to end up resurrecting Vilja again. So we'll see you next time for that.